Hello and welcome. I'm here to introduce you to the Stars Are Shining bundle. It's featured in our lovely mini catalogue, which is full of Christmas gorgeousness, and it features a stamp set with these gorgeous greetings and images, so baubles and stars, as well as all these lovely greetings, and it comes with a punch as well. So let's have a look at it. This is the stamp set here. I just really love these greetings in this stamp set, and I have had a lot of fun creating all of the cards using these images. And then it has the star punch that comes with it and coordinates perfectly with this lovely star image, but also stars. We all need stars. Stars are brilliant. Let me show you some of the projects that I've created using it. I've used just the punch to cut out the silver stars on this little card there with the silver foil. On this one, I've stamped the stars all over a sponged background and also punched them and stamped them from vellum to create a really soft starry card. This card doesn't feature the stars at all. It features the lovely baubles, and I've coloured them in with our stamping blends, coordinating with the whimsical paper in our catalogue with the lovely misty moonlight and the polished pink. And here's another one featuring the baubles. Same thing again, baubles in a strip. This time I've stamped it on the linen paper and coloured it in. Because it's on the linen paper, it bleeds a little, so I've coloured this one in with our markers with nice, bold, bright tones to give it a very festive, lovely finish there. And then this card here is one of the fun pinwheel fold cards, and I've just used the stars as an extra decorative element with this super cute celebration paper, Penguin and Friends, and stamped stars on the side panels where you write your greeting. Okay, and then I've also been having a ton of fun using our stamping blends and alcohol to create lovely backgrounds. So this one, I've created the background, then I've stamped over the vellum with the stars, and then used the star dies from our annual catalogue to create extra starry detail there. Okay, and then the card I'm going to show you featuring this bundle also uses the alcohol and the stamping blends technique to create a fun Z-fold card with stars all over the place. A very starry card. Okay, so let me just pop these out of the way for you. So I'm featuring the Stars Are Shining bundle, which is $53. You get a 10% discount if you purchase both the stamp set and the punch together. It gives you a 10% discount, so that's $53 in Australia. I'm also using stamping blends, so they're $15.50 for a pair of 2 blends. I'm going to use vellum because I'm going to create this great technique using vellum and rhinestones. And if you purchase all of those together to create this card, you will earn a celebration item free. And our celebration catalogue is only available till the end of this month, the end of the 30th of September, and it features lots of gorgeous products that are available for free for every $90 you spend. So you can choose from this super cool sparkly paper. This is the super gorgeous Penguin Playmates paper that I showed you in the pinwheel card. There's a fun stamp set, feels like home. Some more paper with line images that you can colour or use as they are. Some Peaceful Prints Christmas paper for the traditional Christmas people amongst us. A very fun sheep stamp set. And also for another $90, sheep dies that go with it. And a third stamp set, textures and frames. So for $180, if you decide you need a big order, you can also earn for free these lovely dies that coordinate with the shaded summer stamp set that's in our annual catalogue. and the Delicate Dahlias stamp set, which has been a firm favourite, which has line images and distinctive stamp images as well. And if you host during celebration and you get $500 worth of sales, you can also earn for free this gorgeous stamp set called In Your Words. It has some wonderful phrases and I've really enjoyed using it. That is free if you host, and you know you'll also get other hostess rewards as well on top of that. And finally, celebration is a brilliant time if you wish to join my team and join our Stampin' Up! Creative community, because this time when you join celebration, you could earn one of these 12 different bundles for free, as well as all the other amazing benefits of being part of the Stampin' Up! Team. When you join, you only have to pay $169 for your starter kit and get $235 worth of product for that amount. A brilliant time to join during celebration because you get your $235 plus a free kit plus a free bundle, all for only $169, and you get to be part of my amazing team. Ask me how if you're interested in doing this, and I'm happy to answer any questions you may have. Okay, let's get to our card. Now, to start off with, the first thing I'm going to do is to do the alcohol markering. I hope this is not too reflective for you, but I've just got a recycled piece of cardstock and plastic off one of our designer series paper. I'm using that to protect my work surface. And I'm going to bring over here my pieces of vellum because I want to do this and set this aside to dry while we're doing all of the other bits and pieces. Okay, so just pop them there. So there's, we have to use vellum for this technique because it's a non-porous surface and it enables you to play with the alcohol and allows it to move around. So what I'm using is Night of Navy stamping blends. I'm just going to colour randomly over my vellum here, right up to the edges on each of the pieces. So I'm using the dark one first. Okay, scribble. It doesn't really matter how you colour. It doesn't have to be precise or anything like that. You've probably seen a few projects and people creating things using this fun technique. Okay, so there's the dark Night of Navy stamping blend, and I'll use the light one as well just to give it a different tone. And you need to do this in a well ventilated room because you can really smell the alcohol just in colouring this without adding the extra alcohol to it. Okay, you can see I've been using this one well. It's starting to become a little bit lighter. Okay, and I'm just going to add a little bit extra with my dark balmy blue Stampin' Blend. Not that you'll see this very much when we start putting it all together, but it just adds another little tone in our night sky. Okay, and maybe I should have done this beforehand. Okay, there we go. Right, now the next step of this process, I'll put these all back on my plastic so that it protects my work surface. I'm using some alcohol. You need to use high percentage of alcohol. This is the one available in Australia. You can get this from Big W and Bunnings too, I believe, isopropyl alcohol. If you're using isocol, it's actually not quite enough alcohol to make it work as easily. And I've just poured out some of it into an old container here. As you can see, I've been using it a little bit already to create my practice card. And I'm using an old paintbrush, nothing in the reservoir, it's just a paintbrush. I'm just dipping my brush in and dabbing my coloured in vellum. Now, I have a tendency to put too much on and get a bit carried away, so I'm trying not to do that this time, trying to add a little bit less, and then I can come back later on and add more if I need to. So I'm sort of going around the edges of where I've coloured, because that allows the ink to move, and I'll just let them do their thing for a bit while I'm going on to these other pieces. Let that do that thing. See how it moves there and does all these beautiful movements, and oh. Now I've done my first layer of alcohol. Do I want to come back here and add any more? Just a little bit there, there. The more you add the alcohol, the more it dilutes it, so I have to try and be careful I don't dilute it too much. Okay, I just want to make sure that there's no obvious scribble marks on my work, so that's why I'm choosing those places. They look pretty good. And a little bit here. I've got a nice big wet patch there. So what I might do, because it's so wet, is I might just use my little blower to blow a bit of colour around on my vellum there, and also dry it off a little bit. You could do this with a straw as well. Okay. And do I need to add any here? You just use I've got a bit too much up there as well. Don't want those distinctive edges, do I? We're going for a sort of a night sky, starry night sky look here. So, what do you reckon? Okay, I'll cover that up, set that aside to dry for a minute while we do our other things, and then have a look when we've done all of the other bits and pieces of the card. Okay, now I've got those two pieces I need to set aside there. This card uses a little bit of window sheet. I've already cut up my window sheet pieces, so you just window sheet cuts really easily in our trimmer, and then I just trimmed some bits. These are for the stars, they're hanging down, so I just pop them there because they're pretty easy to lose. And then these are the pieces that I'm going to cover with the vellum once it's all dry. So I've got 1, 2, 3. In actual fact, I can put the 3 main panels on. So this is half a piece of cardstock cut lengthwise and then folded in half and backwards in half again. So I'll just put my main panels on. I put the vellum over the top of the white so it really shows up the gorgeous colour. I did try it on the navy and I did like how it looked, but I thought it looked more amazing and the colour more dynamic on the white background. And that one, and then this one. Okay, so there's my basic card, and on the back of the card I didn't show you, I've just got some basic stamping. So here's my piece for the back of my card, and then I'm also going to stamp on vellum some more stars, and on another piece of vellum my greetings, because I think it gives it a beautiful soft look on the vellum over the top of the white. Okay, so I'm using Night of Navy ink here, And I've loaded up my ink pads, my stamps for you. I will give you a hint. Using this stamp set, it helps if you make sure that you line up the stamp with the punch, so that when you're punching it out, it lines up exactly. Okay, so that lines up exactly with that. And I'll stamp that first. So these are for the stars we're going to punch out. And one. And I have to set that aside because it takes a little while for ink to dry on our vellum. So just pop that off to the side there. While I've got my stars in my hand, I'll stamp a couple more for the back of my card. And my greeting that says, "Celebrate the wonder." Okay, so that's the back of my card ready to be adhered. And on this one, I've got my other two greetings, which are "The stars are shining brightly," one, and then "Twinkle, twinkle, Christmas star." I'll just put that on this one here. Right, there's all my stamping complete. Move my ink pad out of the way. Just put that punch over there for a minute. I'll stick on my piece for the back of my card. And that's done. All complete. And this is your writing panel so that you can write to your recipient. All right, now to see if our vellum is ready. Looks pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that, I think. And any bits I don't like, oh, I forgot to do one thing, and I need to get everything out of the way to do this, or just put it underneath so it can't get sabotaged. One thing that I really like the effect of, and have seen done a few times with this technique, is to just flick dots. Gives it that lovely, I think, a bit of a starry look to it. Is there enough dots flicked on that one? There we go. Takes a little while for them to come out. Okay, pop that as, isn't that beautiful little dots in the vellum? Isn't that beautiful? Okay, so now we can start sticking all that onto our project. I'm going to pop that over there. Now these should be dry now, I think. And I'm going to, because I want to layer this onto the white to punch it out, to make it quick and easy, what I'm going to do is very quickly and easily put on mini glue dots on the middle of each of the stars. So that when I stick it onto the white cardstock and punch it out, the layers will stay together. Okay? There we go. On the back of that one. I'm not too worried about the teeny tiny one. I think it's a bit small. Okay, so I think I just flicked a mini glue dot somewhere. It's probably going to come back and haunt me later. I'm using my Take Your Pick tool, just find it much easier than my fingers, and it also stops the mini glue dots getting all squished up. And one on that one, and one on this one. Okay, now I'll stick that onto my cardstock, and the ink still isn't dry, as I could see from the before. And I'm going to do the same thing with the greetings. because I'm going to punch them out as well. So 1, 2 on there, and 1, 2 on there. I love mini glue dots. They are so quick and easy and clean. I'm not a big fan of wet glues and getting mucky hands, which is amazing considering I often have ink all over my hands, and ink doesn't bother me, but glue does. Okay, so now that I've put my mini glue dots on that, that'll all stay attached, ready to go on my projects. And it all punches out very nicely. Okay, so there's that one done with the double oval punch. And now the stars. Line them up perfectly. I used this punch on some glimmer paper earlier. It blunted it a little bit, I think. Okay, and there we go. Lots of stars. The punch doesn't actually cut out 2 of the stars, so when you're stamping you get extra value for money. You get an extra star. Isn't that cool? Okay, let's put all our stars up so that we can see where they are, because I'm sure a few of them have flown all over the place. We'll use what we can. Okay, and now I'm going to put my vellum onto my card. I'll just add my seal here and bring my vellum over and stick it on. That. That'll look amazing. And this one here. I just love the movement and the energy in the colours as they've all blended together. That little splatter at the end really gives it a bit of extra. Here's the last one. Okay, so there's the base of our Z fold. All right, all complete. I love how that looks. Now, for the top where the stars are hanging from, I've got my white piece of cardstock for the top, and let's put some seal all the way along this. I'm going to just do the first section first so that I don't get it sticking where I don't want it to be. Line that up. Okay, there we go, and then more seal on the second half. Okay, and just lower that down. Alright, now I've already got my score lines in my cardstock, so I just got to refold my cardstock and my vellum together. Burnish down that fold. Okay, now this goes across the top of the card, and the way I always try to fold the Z fold card is to lay them together like that and only put my glue on this half and this half. Okay, and then I can stick that over the top here, keeping it folded so that it folds nice and neatly when we're posting it in the envelope. There we go. So there's the card. Okay. Rightio, over the top of this join, I'm going to put the stars shining brightly with some Stampin' Dimensionals. And then over this side, Twinkle Twinkle Christmas Star. Got the backs of both of them. And I can put it over that bit down there that I don't think looks very good with the ink. There we go. So it covers up all of that. Now it's just putting the stars together. And once again, it's using my favourite mini glue dots. So I've got one of my window sheet strips. Squish that into a mini glue dot. Put my star on there. Another mini glue dot up there. And then put that behind. Okay, another window sheet. Strip. And a different size star this time. This one. And mini glue dot there and line that one up. Line it up a bit higher and I'll trim off my window sheet up the top. There we go. And then another piece of window sheet, strip, and a smaller star. How about I use this star? And I hang this one down nice and low. There we go. There's our stars hanging from the sky. And my other stars I can pop all over my project to make it look pretty and starry. Here we go, there's one there. Need some stars at the front. And once again, the beauty of the stars are, if there's any bit you don't like or that you think needs extra colour, just add a star over the top of it. Hides all the mistakes, just like a flower does when you've got a mistake or a splodge on your card. Okay, last one. Alright, might put it up there. And then finally we'll put on some of these gorgeous rhinestones to give the card some extra bling. Okay, one there. There, small one. These rhinestones just lift any project into the next realm of gorgeousness, I think. Cheap and cheery and so beautifully sparkly. They really do reflect the light well. Where else have I got stars? Another small one here. Oh, didn't get that one. There it is. And bigger one here. There we are. Our project is complete. The Stars Are Shining bundle. Isn't that beautiful? If you'd like to purchase that bundle, just head to my online store at handmadebyjuliaquinn.stampinup.net. If you want me to teach you how to make it, just get in contact with me. I hold classes on the Sunshine Coast. I'm happy to come to you, or you can come to a class. And I hope you've been inspired today. Thanks for joining me. Bye-bye.